Yo, what's up? Bienvenidos. We are live in beautiful BDFW, Texas, one of the main epicenters of the COVID-19 seeming resurgence in the entire globe. Today, no new news. We just got word from one of the major school districts in our metroplex, Tarrant County, has ordered all schools not to have in class lessons up until September 28th. I hope they're just being overly cautious, and I hope there's no imminent news that could spell a resurgence of some sort. We shall see. This is the Don't Tag Me Bro show. My name is Shingi Muchemo. I am your man, your host. We are live once again in DFW, Texas. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday, July the 21st. Good God, it's already the 21st. I feel like I just paid rent, JR.
Times move quite fast.
What we finna do? Anyway, it is what it is. How you doing, JR? You doing all right back there?
I'm good. Trying to stay positive. Trying
Yes,
to keep that energy up.
Yes, sir.
Going the right way.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's true. You gotta. It's like being positive and having that positive energy is a lot of work, especially when you're dealing with energy killers in your life. There are some people out there who will do everything they can every day to extinguish your flame. So you got to overcome that. You got to keep it up. But it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but you know, you just have to. Today is the 21st of July. Happy birthday, Robin Williams, one of the icons of comedy. When this popped up today, it was a reminder, given the way that he passed, was suicide. That, you know, always check on your happy friends, your funny, happy friends. It's a lot easier to find, not necessarily find it, it's a lot harder to even suspect that happy, jovial, outgoing, funny guy is going through depression and is suicidal. And Robin Williams was an example of that, of someone who we thought was a happy-go-lucky guy. He had everything, and the next thing you know, wham, he's gone. So, especially these days, with people locked down, losing their jobs, future is bleak, and all that stuff, check on your people. Happy birthday, Robin Williams. Today is National Junk Food Day and National Be Somebody Day. So eat your junk food, get on TikTok, and act like you somebody. I guess that would be my way of observing those two national days. Typically Tuesday is a good day to find specials for junk food. Popeye's got that too dark for $179 today, right? Is it $149? I don't know. Anyway,
Popeye's chicken. You gonna get them up?
2-piece dark, one something. I don't know. Yeah, I might hit them up. We'll see. So that's gonna be my observance for National Junk Food Day today. Once again, thank you for joining us. We're gonna take a little short time for podcast station identification. Appreciate you. We'll be back before you know it. Thank you. Your identity is your mentality. Cut Sharp, your brand, people. CUT Sharp at gmail.com. CUTsharp.com. Identity branding through digital media and merchandising. Cut Sharp is a mentality. Need a place to showcase your business or your talents, or you just need a platform to kind of let people know what you're thinking? Hit us up. Cut Sharp, CUTtsharp.com. CUTtsharp at gmail.com. Don't forget to hit up my main man, JR. He can produce podcasts. He can produce short films and documentaries. So hit us up, CUTtsharp at gmail.com. All right, people, welcome back. We are live in Dallas, Texas once again. Thank you for joining us. So I wanted to go through some of this NBA stuff that's going on here. Mark Cuban and Senator Ted Cruz of Texas got into an internet spat on Twitter. And it was very interesting to watch. And it depends where you get your information. If you go to some left-wing site, it'll say, Mark Cuban owns Ted Cruz. And you go to a right-wing site, Ted Cruz body slams Mark Cuban. I don't really care who won the battle or who you think won the battle, but I think the main thing that I got from this personally was Ted Cruz highlighted a very big issue that the NBA has right now, and it's the issue of China, that they have to tiptoe around it. They need to tiptoe around it because they need China for their business to keep expanding and their business to maintain where it is now, particularly since they're only just now trying to get back to live games. The players don't want to mess with China because they don't want to get canceled by China, where they sell a lot of shoes. They make a lot of money over there, and if China was to walk away from the NBA, the salary cap would go down, I believe, at least 20%, a lot. So there's a lot of money at stake, and the NBA is not hiding the fact that they will not get themselves involved in the free Hong Kong thing in any way. They will tiptoe around it. They will not. Ted Cruz directly challenged Mark Cuban to say free Hong Kong. He wouldn't do it. He just won't do it because they are afraid of ticking off China. For me personally, with all this going on, with China flexing its muscles in the region, with the new restrictions that the people of Hong Kong are under, and a blatant incursion by the Chinese government into that country, it is, and the concentration camps that are reportedly over there. It just kind of falls flat for me when you're over here in the United States. Black Lives Matter. Free us. And then when China comes up, you got nothing to say. Nothing. It just, you can't have it both ways. You can't cancel an all-star game in North Carolina because you're opposed to whatever stance they have on gay marriage. And then when it comes to China and all the blatant atrocities that they commit, particularly in that region, you got nothing to say because you don't want to hurt that business. It just comes off as completely disingenuous. I mean, they won't even say simple stuff like free Hong Kong. They just won't. They want nothing to do. I mean, just the simplest of little statements, they won't participate. They won't do it. So the NBA, I believe, has a problem here. Last year, right before the season started, general manager of the Houston Rockets, Daryl Morey, he sent out a tweet also in support of the Hong Kong people, and everything erupted. It caused a ripple effect of all sorts of stuff, some backlash from the Chinese government. Games were canceled in China. They had to cancel the NBA games that they were scheduled in China. It was a bit of a mess. And for all the grief that we give Michael Jordan for his Republicans buy sneakers too, LeBron James and his sidestepping of this whole Chinese issue was just embarrassing. I mean, there's an article I pulled up here, October 15, 2019, San Francisco Chronicle. Headline, LeBron James comments on China, an embarrassment to himself and the NBA. I mean, when you look at this comment, can't play the clip because I didn't secure the ability to do that. But when you look at his comments, he sounds like he literally sounds like a representative of the Chinese government talking. When you're misinformed, he says, or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about the tweet itself, you never know the ramifications that can happen. What? What is he talking about? Listen to this part. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. What? I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke. He sounds like a dude who was sent out by the Chinese Communist Party to make a statement. This, Republicans buy sneakers too, pales in comparison to this. It makes it seem like a trivial issue, which we've been ragging on Jordan for years about that thing. But for some reason, the media kind of threw this under the rug, well, except for the San Francisco Chronicle in this case. And even when you ask most talking heads in the media, most people associated with the NBA, and you say, do you think the whole Chinese saga had anything to do with the NBA ratings plummeting double digits as of February the 14th this year, a month before the shutdowns? Oh, they'll point to all sorts of other reasons because LeBron moved to the West. They just won't relent that it has nothing to do with China. And I think this thing that Senator Cruz has brought up, that the NBA continually sidesteps, NBA management, NBA owners, NBA players, they're absolutely petrified of this issue. They won't even address it. They're holier than thou, stand on pedestals about issues going on in America, as they should. But if you're going to be that, if you're going to be freedom fighter guy, it's got to extend to other issues too. If you're going to be willing to lose your whatever portion of audience is going to be turned away by players kneeling, by taking a stand on Black Lives Matter, this and that, and then you're just absolutely mum about real atrocities going on in China. Ask Africans living in China what it's like over there. It'll make America seem like paradise. Those Chinese don't play when it comes to racism. They'll put you in a concentration camp in a heartbeat, yank out your organs, and sell them to someone. They got nothing to say, though. So I just think the NBA has got to be really careful about this whole China situation as it is juxtaposed to the whole Black Lives Matter movement, because it just screams hypocrisy. Just this big China blind spot they have, and they won't even talk about it. It's nuts. And you got to be careful with sports, because people have been without sports for a while. We've learned to live without sports. There's always that initial excitement. I watched a whole MLB game. I didn't even watch baseball. I sat down and watched baseball for 4 hours the other night because I was like, oh my God, live baseball. Next day, I'm done. I probably won't watch another game for the rest of the year. But that initial excitement fizzles. People have learned to go without sports. They're into other stuff. You know, I kayak now. I'm looking for a kayak as we speak on Facebook Marketplace. You know, I could do other stuff rather than watch sports. We've all adjusted. Okay, I'm a big 300-pound guy. I eat one meal a day now since the lockdown. I used to be 3 meals a day, 17 snacks, and of those 3 meals, 2 of them were loaded with at least 3 or 4 animal products. Now my kids are 1 meal a day, well, they'll have breakfast.
You was putting it in.
Yeah, I was putting in work. Now I'm 1 meal a day, 1 animal product. That's it. I'm done. Because I had to adjust from this COVID. We've all had to adjust, up to and including sports. And people are, post-COVID, people will turn you off in a heartbeat if you do anything to piss them off. I don't even watch the NBA. I look at analytics and stuff, and I'll make bets. But I don't really watch it. I can't wait to watch the first game. But, you know, some of this stuff just rubs me the wrong way, particularly with Mr. James, you know. I think I'm more excited to see Zion than LeBron now because some of the stuff that he says or walks away from. First, he won't wear any kind of message on his back. Suddenly, now, you know, on top of the whole China thing, it's like, dude, every time there's a big major issue, Mr. Freedom Fighter guy disappears. But Jordan was the one with the blind spot, right? Okay. You can have that one, but I'm not seeing it. These guys are blatantly protecting their money. They're protecting their salary cap. They're protecting shoe sales in China. And it's so obvious. And you've got to come up with a way to address it and hope that the Chinese government won't be pissed off. But you got to say something. Can't just run away from it. You got to say something. How about the word unfortunate? How about we're praying for the situation over there? Say something, dude. You can't you can't just run away from it like this. Everyone is. The commissioner down to the 12th man on the bench. They won't touch this thing. It's just so unfortunate. And I hope they find a way to navigate this thing because this could really turn people off on top of a lot of people already threatening to walk away from NBA games if there's too much protesting on the court. You know, and that's their right. You know, do what you want. But if there's a major slide in NBA ratings, of course there's going to be a slide, but if the ratings are abysmal, of course NBA apologists will point to, well, they're going up against the NFL. Stuff like that. NFL is on. MLB is on. There's so many choices. We'll see. But this is a problem. And they need to address it. Use words like praying and unfortunate. Something like that. But you can't just ignore it. You can't just run away from this. There's no way. We'll see what happens. I'm going to watch games. I hope Zion comes back in time for that opener. I think the Pelicans of the season opener. I mean, he left for some personal matter. I hope and pray that that is resolved in the best way possible, but I can't wait to watch Zion. I'm most excited about him than anyone else, but we'll see. I hope NBA leadership figures this out because this is a problem. Now, Cruz is on the news today just hammering away. NBA communist apologies. I mean, he's just going in on them. Wearing a Houston Rockets face mask, no less. He's just taunting them. And this is bad publicity. You got to say something back, bro. Unreal. We'll see what happens. Still excited for the games to start. I've already made a couple of bets online. Can't wait. I think I got it. Can't wait. We'll see. All right, one more little timeout. And we'll be right back with some stuff. Cutsharp.com, CUTTsharp.com. Identity branding through digital media and merchandising. Cut Sharp is a mentality. Cut Sharp your brand, people. Your identity is your mentality. You need a place to showcase your business or your talents, or do you just need a platform for your voice to be heard? Hit us up, CUTTsharp.com, CUTTsharp@gmail.com. Howdy. Welcome back, people. This is the Don't Tag Me Bro show. My name is Shingi Muchemwa. We are live in beautiful DFW, Texas. I am here with my main man, JR, behind the board.
What it do? How's everyone?
How's everyone doing? I came to a realization today that maybe I'm being too hard on communist guy. Communist capitalism is dead. That guy, I've always mocked him and thought he's a little bit not only out there, but uneducated of the facts. That capitalism is the way to go, blah, blah, blah. While I don't agree with the premise of protesting communist guy, and I definitely don't agree with his solutions, I believe communist Bernie Sanders guy has identified the problem. And it kind of hit me right in the nose today when I saw this headline, Business Insider. This is part of the problem right here. June 14th. It's actually from 2012, so some of this has gotten worse with mergers like Sprint and what's that one? T-Mobile just merged, which is telecom. It's a little bit different. But These 6 corporations control 90% of media in America. 90%. Okay, these 6 conglomerates comprise of companies that used to that it used to be 50 companies in 1983 have all merged together 30 years later into 6. Wow. GE, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, CBS. And since 2012, they've acquired more stuff. I mean, what are we doing here? This is why, like, everyone is always saying, the media is biased. Which, you can make that argument, but I really don't think that individual anchors in the media are necessarily, I don't think they even think that way. Like, oh boy, Don Lemon on CNN. I don't believe I don't think he believes half the stuff he said. But, you know, when a media company is paying you $6 million and they have a certain agenda and they want things to go a certain way, what are you going to say? Who else is going to pay you $6 million? What if they blackball you and you can't go to any other one of these other 6? You're done. Like, honestly, if I work for a big media company and I have moderate views, I'm a social moderate, social liberal, and I'm conservative financially. I'm kind of a moderate, you know. I'll listen to whoever. I voted for Reagan, then I voted for Clinton, you know, that kind of guy. And then your bosses come and say, hey, this is what we're doing. And they're paying you $7 million a year. You know, this is what we're doing. And a lot of times they'll come to you right before your contract's up, probably. And like, hey, this is the direction we're going to go. And we'd rather you not talk about this, and that. And you're making $7 million a year. And you're working for a guy who used to be the VP of a rival company. He knows everyone over there. And your other manager used to work for another rival company, and his claws still entangled in that place. And they're talking to you and telling you this is how we're going to go. What are you going to say? I'll be like, all right, go Bernie. I mean, honestly, that sounds like a sellout move, but in that moment, when your 7-figure salary is under the gun, what the hell are you going to say? Or what are you going to do? Wow. Total revenue, this is in 2010, it's probably double. $275 billion annually, these people. God. The big 6 controls 70% of your cable. So, I mean, I understand pro-Bernie guy, because this is not happening just in news. It's happening in everything we eat. There's another article here that says, Business Insider, again, a handful of companies control almost everything. Narrowing down to a handful of big conglomerates that control everything we watch, control everything we drink, everything we eat, everything we read. Is that capitalism? Or is it, I mean, we're not that far away from everything being controlled by 1 or 2 companies, which is exactly what you don't want. That's anti-capitalism. Capitalism is all about competition, variety, people will not get enough going out of business and so on, a multitude of ideas and views being in the marketplace, a multitude of options. But when you're down to a handful, then what are we doing here? So all this time I've been slamming pro-Bernie guy, and now I'm like, well, maybe that guy sees something. You know, maybe I'm the one with the blind spot. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy. You've got to be kidding me. 10 companies control almost everything we eat in the United States. 10. Nestle, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Unilever, Danone, General Mills, Kellogg's, Mars, Associated British Foods, Mondelez. That's it. And you running up and down the aisle thinking you have all these choices. We have choices in America. We really don't.
No, not really.
That's crazy. Seven companies own the vast majority of popular beauty brands. 187 beauty companies are owned by 7 major leaders. Wow. Clothing industry dominated by 10 companies. And then the beer one is absolutely incredible. AB InBev and SAB Miller control 58% of the beer industry's $33 billion in global profits. It's everything. It's all narrowing down to a handful of unbelievably rich and powerful companies. Everything you consume, visually, mentally, physically, everything. Wow, that's crazy. Now, I mean, I'm not going to go to some communist protest, bring down capitalism protest, but elected leaders need to grow some balls and undo some of this stuff. Like if you become too big, become a monopoly, we're going to break you up. They won't do it because they need money to campaign or whatever. I don't know what's going on exactly. These are the allegations I hear out in these streets, but you got to break some of this stuff up. This is unbelievable. How Sprint recently, I don't know how Sprint and T-Mobile merged. How was that allowed to happen? What are we talking about here? That's crazy. Now what are we down, like 3? Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Call it a night. We're done. 3 big uns. Wow. Yeah, that kind of hit me right in the nose this morning. I was like, oh? For real. And I looked into it, and there it is. Check it out. Business Insider. They have all the charts. Very disturbing. It makes me want to get out of the city. I'm that guy who I love concrete and glass. Love concrete and glass and a gunshot occasionally. I love the city. But after this, I don't know. I almost feel like I just want to go out to the country, raise some chickens, and just do my thing. Because this is crazy. This is unreal. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't think there's anything you can really do about it unless you go start your own farm. What are you going to do? That's amazing. All right. I don't know why that rant got me all worked up, but it did. We'll be right back with some crazy stuff. One more little session for station identification. 1, 2, 0, punto, 0, 3, 3, punta. Right back. CutSharp.com, identity branding through digital media and merchandising. Cut Sharp is a mentality. Cut Sharp your brand, people. Your identity is your mentality. CUTTsharp@gmail.com. If you need a place to showcase your business, showcase your talents, or just need a platform for your cause, hit us up. CUTTsharp.com. What's up, people? Welcome back. This is the Don't Tag Me Bro Show. My name is Shingi Muchamwa. Appreciate you joining us today. LA Times. Look at this picture of this young lady protesting. Like, what's going on here, Jared? Is this what protests look like these days? She's just all out spread eagle for the police.
You know what? Protesting, you have the right to express yourself.
So, if you read the article, she's only wearing a face mask. That's all she's wearing. And the idea of this protest is to show her vulnerability against this massive force of federal agents. And so her sitting there in the middle of the street, bearing all, with armed state forces in the background there. It shows I mean, it's an incredible picture. It does show a lot of vulnerability.
Yeah.
She's basically asking the question, why are you coming after me? You know, like, why are you all geared up, you know, guns in hand, locked and loaded? Like, what have I done? It's a very powerful picture. It's also powerful that there are certain elements, male elements in this country who see that picture and they're ready for the next protest.
Right.
In the hopes that there'll be more of this. But man, what a picture. It's a very powerful picture. It's crazy. But that's Portland, right? Portland is kind of out there. And here you go. This is what's going on out there. They're protesting in Portland. Apparently they're unmarked vehicles that the federal government has sent out there. And apparently they just roll up on you and throw you in the car and you're gone. Yeah. I think they're targeting protest leaders. So they identify these people who they believe are in leadership positions of these organized protests, and they just jack them and take them to and put them in an unmarked vehicle and take them to an unidentified, unspecified location. I wonder if they're waterboarding the hell out of them. That would be crazy. But yeah, that's because in Portland, the protests never stop. They're still going every day.
Every day.
Wow, that's amazing. How about this story? U.S. News, suspect in fatal shooting at a New Jersey judge's home found dead. You see what this dude did? He rolls up on this judge's home, dressed up as a FedEx delivery guy, right? And then he kills her son and critically injures her husband. But she was in the basement at the time. So it seems like he was clearly sent there for her, but he didn't get to her. And then he got out of there. I mean, if a dude shows up in a disguise like that, it sounds like some Jason Bourne movie stuff, right? It's crazy.
Wow.
And then they identified him. FBI found him, and he was killed. By I don't know who. You know, no loose ends. He probably went to pick up his payment, and they whacked him. Right. What the hell is going on out here, bro? What? He was posing as a FedEx employee. This is crazy. So there's some speculation that she was the judge assigned to some case involving Jeffrey Epstein somehow. But it's kind of I mean, you got to tie a lot of little dots to try and make the case that it was all about Epstein. I'm not buying that, but someone wanted her gone, clearly, because this is a professional hit job right here. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's some high level.
Yeah, like this dude was a pro.
Yeah.
Like where do you even get a FedEx uniform? That's crazy. His name was Dan Hall.
You go to Michael's MJ Design and get a FedEx uniform.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Get a,
Anyway.
UPS suit.
Oh, you can get that too over there?
Fire station, fireman
okay.
suit, a police officer.
See, I didn't know that. I've never been a hitman. But there you go. Wow. Federal judges. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. This poor lady is going through a lot. Lost her son, and her husband is on life support. So hopefully he pulls through. Still a tragedy, though.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
It for today. It's tired, man. It's been a long week.
Yeah? Week just started, bro. It's Tuesday.
Well, last couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's been a lot. The heat doesn't help. Huh?
It's all good. They say you're not busy, nothing's happening.
That is true. Yeah, I was doing that for a couple of months. I mean, I really did need to detox. It's not like this. But we shall see, man. Just got to keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep living.
Yep.
Keep doing the damn deal. All right, people. Adios. Appreciate you joining us.
Peace.
See you mañana.